And we live. Welcome to the bank. You are here with the teller, rob the bank. Follow me as I follow the money. Dive deep. Get rich. Let's update our software so our hardware can run efficiently. So the video I'm about to review is Dave Portnoy. Now, I heard this motherfucker, Dave Portnoy, heard about what he did. Sold his company for half a ticket, then bought it back for $1. I heard about it, but I never knew how he did it. I never really looked into it and looked in how he did it. But I've always been interested in kind of looking at it because I even like his pizza reviews. He's a pretty funny guy. He seems like he's pretty cool. I obviously don't know him, but I'm interested to see what he's talking about. So let's go ahead and just jump into it and let's see.
For $500 million and then bought it back for only $1. Dave Portnoy is the founder and face of Barstool Sports, a popular sports and pop culture media company that started as a print newspaper in 2003. Over the years, Barstool grew to a digital empire with millions of loyal fans known as Stoolies who follow its podcasts, blogs, videos, and social
Not Stoolies. You know, stool is dookie. Stoolies.
media accounts. Portnoy, also known as El Presidente, is known for his outspoken and controversial personality as well as his passion for sports betting. In January 2020, Portnoy made a deal that shocked the media industry. He sold a 36% stake of Barstool Sports to Penn National Gaming, a casino and sports gaming business, for $163 million. The deal valued Barstool at $450 million and gave Penn the option to increase its ownership to 50% in 3 years for an additional $62 million. Portnoy remained in charge of Barstool's content and operations, while Penn gained access to Barstool's loyal fan base and brand recognition. The partnership seemed to be a win-win for both parties. Penn launched the Barstool Sportsbook app in September.
So let's go back real quick. So the deal was $163 million for pretty much a third of the business at a $450 million valuation. Then, if they wanted to increase their ownership stake to 50%, it'd be an additional $62 million. So that's already
option to increase its ownership to 50% in 3 years for an additional $62 million. Portnoy remained in charge of Barstool's content and operations, while Penn gained access to Barstool's loyal fan base and brand recognition. The partnership seemed to be a win-win.
I wonder what the company that was buying into Barstool, what they were doing. What was their job? Because Dave Portnoy still had his job, but I want to know what the other company was doing.
For both parties. Penn launched the Barstool Sportsbook app in September 2020, which quickly became one of the top sports betting apps in the US. Barstool also benefited from Penn's resources and distribution network, expanding its reach and revenue. By February 2021, Penn completed its full acquisition of Barstool for $388 million, bringing its total investment to $551 million.
Gotcha.
However, things took an unexpected turn in August 2021. ESPN, the sports media giant owned by Disney, announced plans to launch its own sports betting app called ESPN Bet. To do so, ESPN struck a deal with Penn worth $1.5 billion over 10 years, plus $500 million in stock warrants. The deal gave ESPN exclusive rights to use Penn.
Hold on, in stock what?
ESPN struck a deal with Penn worth $1.5 billion over 10 years, plus $500 million in stock warrants.
Stock warrants. What is that? I've never heard of that. Wow. A stock warrant is a financial instrument that gives the holder the right, but not the obligation to buy or sell a specific number of shares of the company stock at a predetermined price within a certain time frame. The predetermined price is called the strike price. So pretty much insurance. That's pretty much what they was pretty much. That's pretty much insurance. and saying like, I'm gonna buy these stock, but at some point we can also sell these joints and not lose as much money as we got just in case. Stock warrants. Okay.
The deal gave ESPN exclusive rights to use Penn's sports betting platform and technology, as well as access to its customer data and marketing channels. But there was a catch. The deal required Penn to rebrand its Barstool Sportsbet app as ESPN Bet, effectively abandoning the Barstool brand in the sports betting arena.
I've abandoned my child! I've abandoned my boy!
This meant that Penn had to sell Barstool Sports back to its founder, Dave Portnoy, who had been working with the company for less than 2 years. How much did Portnoy pay to buy back his company? According to reports, he paid only $1.
Wow.
Yes, you heard that right. $1. That's less than the price of a cup of coffee. How did this happen? Well, according to Portnoy himself, he had negotiated a clause in his contract with Penn that gave him the option to buy back Barstool if Penn ever decided to sell it or change its name. Portnoy also revealed that he had faced many challenges.
I mean, right there, that is the most important part. He negotiated in the future if y'all want to sell the rights of it or change the name of it. That before this even, he wanted to buy the likeness, even if they sold the company and all that. He wanted to buy the likeness and make sure he still owned the likeness. Nonetheless, he negotiated. He put it in his contract. Come on, man. It's about what you negotiate. Screw the price. What do you negotiate?
Challenges and frustrations while working with Penn in the regulated gambling industry.
And we underestimated just how tough it is for myself and Barstool to operate in a regulated world where gambling regulators, the New York Times, Business Insider hit pieces, fucking with the stock price. Every time we did something, it was one step forward, two steps back. We got denied licenses because of me, you name it. So the regulated industry, probably not the best place for Barstool Sports and the type of content we make.
You might be wondering, why not sell it back for more than $1? Barstool's fair market valuation is still likely over $500 million, so I'm sure Dave would be willing to pay a whole lot more than just $1. The reason is actually kind of boring. It's so Penn can completely write off the sale for accounting purposes, clean their reputation of working with Dave, and ensure Barstool doesn't make a new betting platform. Penn says it will write off between $800 million to $850 million on Barstool, greater than the $551 million total it paid for Barstool.
Wow.
With the difference likely being additional tax benefits the company received. In Penn's August...
And once again, what are the three things for taxes? Appreciation, depreciation, and amortization. They depreciate. It's called depreciation. Yeah.
August 8th, 2023 SEC filing, Penn agreed to the sale price in exchange for certain non-compete and other restrictive covenants.
No, is that depreciation? Let me go back.
Greater than the $551 million total it paid for Barstool, with the difference likely being additional tax benefits the company received.
Tax loss. Okay, right. Okay.
In Penn's August 8th, 2023 SEC filing, Penn agreed to the sale price in exchange for certain non-compete.
Is that a 10K? What is
8th,
that?
2023 SEC filing, Penn agreed.
That's a 4. That's an 8K. Okay.
Agreed to the sale price in exchange for certain non-compete and other restrictive covenants. Pursuant to the Barstool SPA, Penn has the right to receive 50% of the gross proceeds received by David Portnoy in any subsequent sale or other monetization event of Barstool. Basically, that's fancy lawyer talk to say Barstool can't produce their own betting platform, and if they ever sell the company again, Penn still gets half. So what does that mean for the future of Barstool Sports and Dave Portnoy?
Wow.
Well, according to Dave, he is thrilled to be back in control of his company, and he has no plans to ever sell it again. He said he will continue to produce content for his loyal fans and explore new opportunities in the unregulated media space. After the complete sale of Barstool to Penn back in 2021, Dave appeared to be taking more time off, and some argued Barstool became less about sports and more about general entertainment. Can't blame the guy. He received hundreds of millions and didn't own the company anymore. But now that he owns Barstool again, expect to see Dave back as his old self, El Presidente.
So,
as for Penn and
okay. So what happened was pretty much he sold the company, but in the clause of the company when they sold it back to him for $1, that he can't make another betting platform. So he can't. It's a non-compete. He doesn't want. They don't. Penn doesn't want them to compete with Penn and ESPN Bet. So they like, look, we'll sell it back to you for $1, but you do this again, if you try to do the betting platform and trying to sell the company, we get 50%. So, I mean, and then on top of that, they're your competitors. So yeah, it's not beneficial. So.
ESPN, they're confident that their deal will create a new leader in the sports betting market and generate significant value for their shareholders. They believe that by combining ESPN's brand power and audience reach with Penn's platform and technology, they will be able to attract more customers and offer more products and services. At the end of the day, Barstool really was a great place for betting, just not in the way Penn imagined. People may have mocked Dave for claiming Warren Buffett was washed up in comparison to Dave's stock trades.
He's old, then he's washed up.
But you have to hand it to El Presidente. This was one heck of a bet.
Yeah, he tripping talking about Warren Buffett old and washed up. He tripping. He probably just saying anything, but it's a great video. This is beautiful. I mean, I definitely they put a non-compete in there. He pretty much. I want to know something though. Did Penn kind of already have an idea that ESPN was doing this? Like they was in the works of creating a betting guy. I want to know that because that would be really interesting. Because if they bought into Barstool just to take the intellectual property and then, man, that'd be crazy. And then partner with ESPN and then sold the likeness or the brand of Barstool Sports Bet back without the betting aspect of it. I wonder if they did that on purpose. That would be crazy if they did that on purpose. But it would not be the first time I heard somebody do that, like the story of Jeff Bezos. I heard Jeff Bezos, it was a company, he locked somebody in a room, long story short, they couldn't make any calls out. He bought their competitor and something else. It's crazy. Business is war. So, man, you gotta make sure that you're thinking like a million moves ahead. But it's a good video. I like this. I was always interested in Dave Portnoy and the story of how he built the company. Bought the company back, sold the company, then bought it back for $1. I was always interested in that. So now I finally got to find it out, and I got to share it with you guys. So this is awesome, man. Make sure it's all about what you negotiate, man. You gotta negotiate properly. Once you can do that properly and look more towards the long term, man, that's the most beneficial. Long-term thinking. I'm telling you. But let's dive even deeper. Let's get even richer. Catch me. Follow me as I follow money. Let's update our software so our hard work can run efficiently. Catch me on the next one. Peace.